Hey, it's Dan Morales, and this is Homebuyer Radio. This is episode number 84. Hard to believe I've done 84 episodes of this podcast. It's hard to believe I can keep coming up with stuff over the 84 episodes, but they're there, right? And really what happens with this podcast is I really am just sharing from my experiences and the things that I've had happen in working with clients or transactions that I've witnessed where clients have either done things that have hurt themselves or they worked with people who were incompetent and have done things to hurt them, right? So, I do all this as a labor of love to try to help, educate would-be buyers about some of the pitfalls in the process of buying a house and more in particular mortgages, right? I do talk about obviously real estate and real estate agents and stuff like that, but, my primary focus is mortgages because that's what I do for a living and that's what I've done since 1991. So I kind of, play in that wheelhouse the most, right? So this week what I wanted to talk about is just really understanding mortgage options, okay? Over the last 83, episodes, there's a lot of information about, mortgage programs and options and stuff like that, right? Not every program is a good fit for everybody, okay? There are some programs that are better than others. Part of my job as a lender is to really ask you a lot of questions because when I'm asking you those questions, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out what is the most ideal or best way to structure your transaction so I can put you in the best position possible long-term for home ownership, okay? So, as your lender is asking you questions, I know I've done an episode about this, but be honest, right? Just give an honest answer because know that there's a reason why we're asking you some of the stuff we're asking you because we're really trying to dial in and get you, set up with the most ideal circumstances. And if you give us an answer that is, wrong, then we may end up giving you the wrong answer, okay? Now, the other thing I want to talk about too, in this, we see this a lot, right? Have some patience with this process, okay? I have some clients that will fill out an application and, they want an answer immediate, right? I can go to, this national lender and I can, use their app and they can give me, an answer right away and blah, 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 right? Well, let me tell you, the legitimacy of that answer or the quality of that answer, it's not very good, okay? I wish this process was that simple, right? If the mortgage process was that simple, there would be no need for me, right? There'd be no need for this podcast if it was that simple, right? We'd just send you a link to download an app and you'd be done, right? Well, it doesn't work that way. If you take that large lender that we're talking about, most of their people who are their quote-unquote loan officers are people who have no real depth of experience, okay? And that's the person that's going to be working with you along with an app, okay? So guess what's going to happen to you when you go through this mortgage process? It's not going to be good, okay? So you want to work with people who know what they're doing, but you want to make sure that you have a little bit of patience, right? Because in order to get you the right answer, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to really take a deep dive into your financial picture, where you're at, and how we can help you, okay? And that sometimes takes a little bit of time, right? Especially if you have a really good loan officer you're working with. A really good loan officer works with a lot of clients, right? And they do a really good job for a lot of clients. And they want to make sure they get the details right for you versus hurrying up and pushing you out the door. And then you turn around and end up with, the wrong answer or, things are wrong because your lender just hurried up to push you out the door. So, it's important to know that, have a little bit of patience and trust that a good, competent person is going to look at all the details, look at all the angles, and make sure that they actually get you the most ideal mortgage when it's all said and done. Because that is my goal. My goal is to position you to win, not to hurry up and push you out the door so I can move on to the next person, okay? That's how I've done business. That's how I've done it for, the 27 years I've done this, since 1991. And I'm never going to change that, right? So, some clients who they want an answer right now, got to have it right now. Okay, well, yeah, the answer you're going to get is probably going to be wrong, okay? I'm thinking of one scenario in particular. I had a client who they were going to do a VA mortgage, and the VA mortgage is a wonderful program. And they had to have answers right now. They didn't like the numbers I was showing them, even though they were accurate, right? And we're just going to go work with somebody else. We don't want to work with you. We're just going to work with somebody else. Okay, well, That's fine. But here's the deal. Like, I actually had a better loan structure that I was going to show them. That loan structure was such that they were going to pay their loan off 10 years earlier with a monthly payment that was about the same as a 30-year term. And the interest rate, of course, was cheaper. That was part of the deal, but it was a better loan structure than what they were looking at. Well, they didn't have any patience, didn't want to wait. So, the other guy, must have jumped on the phone right away and, he got back to us right away, immediately. Well, yeah. Hey, if I had nothing to do and I had no clients to work with, certainly I would sit and wait by my phone, waiting, diligently for you to call, right? The fact that I have a number of clients that I work with and that, our mortgage practice has stayed really busy when most people have not, it's bearing witness to the fact that we actually know what we're doing, right? We take good care of our people, right? So like in this case, this client just cost themselves thousands of dollars in lost equity because they couldn't wait just a day. They needed everything right now, right? So do yourself a favor. Don't pay stupid tax because you're so hell-bent on being able to get something right away. Because the quick answer is almost always the wrong answer. Hey, my name is Dan Morales. My NMLS number is 709729. I am with North Point Bank. I've been doing this for way too long, but I love what I do, and I'd love to have the opportunity to work with you on a mortgage if you're going to be buying a house. We offer most products in most states. We lend in technically all 50 states, but we don't offer every product in every state. However, we do offer most in most states. Okay, so if you're in the market for a mortgage, we'd love to have the opportunity to work with you, share with you what we have to offer. As this podcast grows, my number of clients throughout the country keeps growing, which is awesome. I love to deal with people who have heard us, if you will, from the podcast and made the connection that way. That just really excites me, and it reminds me that, why we do what we do. So if you're in the market, we'd love to work with you. My phone number is 616-931-4629. Again, 616-931-4629. You can find me online at danmorales.com. DANMORALEZ.com. And if you could do me a favor, please go on iTunes, write a review. Give it a high rating, please. A high rating is a good thing, right? But the ultimate thing you can do is you can share this podcast with others who are out there that could benefit from it. Friends, family, whoever who may be looking to buy a house and can benefit from it. Please share this with them. Okay. Again, my name is Dan Morales. I'm with North Point Bank, and of course, North Point Bank is an equal housing lender. We'll be back at you next week. Thanks for listening.